The next quick answer question has to do with the western bypass. Based on what you know today, do you support the western bypass project as it's been approved? And the first time, we'll go to Mr. Dunn. Yes or no?
As it's been approved.
And Mr. Norwood?
Yes.
Third question, for quick answer responses, has to do with property taxes. Will you consider raising the Albemarle County real estate property tax in the next budget year? Yes or no? Mr. Norwood?
No.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes, I would consider.
Great, thank you. A lot of questions about the western bypass, and we will begin with Mr. Norwood. Do you believe the western bypass project is consistent with the character of our community and the public's vision for transportation in Albemarle County? Mr. Norwood?
I think the bypass, as approved, is not perfect. I think that the dealing with a 20-year-old plan is not the best option, but we don't have an option. So under the circumstances, I think that we have to make it work correctly for us. We have to make it fit into our culture and our community, and that can be done. And I think there are very few that are opposing this development, and I think that when we get underway and we start to break ground, I think people are going to become more and more excited about the opportunity. So I think that under the circumstances, we have to live with what we have. This is part of decision making. You can't go back and back and back on a decision. The decision's been made. I think we should stick with it and move forward.
Thank you.
There's been a lot of talk about who's the most suited to carry the torch left by the incumbent, Lindsay Doria. You've stated that you will vote as Lindsay would vote, yet you have publicly stated that you do not support the western bypass, which Lindsay voted for. Furthermore, when reviewing your campaign donor list, your donors are more in line with the known liberals like Cynthia Neff, as you both share major donors, the same major donors. In fact, several of the donors come from very interesting organizations. When examining Lindsay Doria's donor list from 4 years ago when he ran, you'll find that the same people who supported Lindsay are in fact supporting me. In fact, my top 7 donors were Lindsay's top 7 donors back 4 years ago. How can the conservative and independent-minded voters trust that you will vote in line with Lindsay Doria and break from your supporters like David Slutsky and Cynthia Neff?
Mr. Dunn.
I think that the appropriate way for people to do that is to listen, is to talk to me. I'm not a radical kind of guy. I think everything I've said on the campaign trail is fairly moderate, all things considered. And it's obviously up to the people, up to the voters in the district to decide whether or not they trust me, whether or not they trust you, Jim. And that's the role of the electorate. That's what it's there for. I had indicated that I would vote as Lindsay would vote, but I think that may be taken a little too literally. That doesn't mean I would vote in every single decision he has made ever I support, and I think he would acknowledge that that doesn't. A good elected official thinks about every issue for himself and makes a decision based upon all the facts. And Lindsay and I disagree on a few things. We definitely disagree on things, and I'll acknowledge that, and he'll acknowledge that. But that being said, what I did say was that I would vote as Lindsay would vote, meaning that I would go around and listen to everyone's interests. So I would go around, I would knock on doors, I would talk to people in Lakeland, I would talk to people in Mill Creek North, I would talk to people down in Scottsville and Monticello and listen to their concerns. Lindsay Doria was the one who put streetlights in Esmont. He was the one that fixed Dead Man's Curve on 20. And it's very important to actually have that sort of energy, that enthusiasm, that passion to serve that necessitates you going around talking to folks, listening to all sides of an issue, and crafting a balanced solution.
For those of you that are in attendance tonight, I'm not sure if this is being streamed anywhere tonight, but if it is, and I know it's being taped, I hope everyone understands the importance of this election in the Scottsville district. On election day, you'll have a choice, either to vote for Jim Norwood and continue to make the tough decisions that will strengthen our county, or vote for an agenda that will take Albemarle County back to the days of fewer new jobs being created, slow or no growth, irresponsible spending, and higher property taxes and assessments. That's a big differential. I'm very proud of the folks that have given of their time and finances to support my campaign. Our campaign has been run with the dignity and respect for others while working to achieve our campaign goals. At my request in the beginning, some 3 or 4 months ago, our campaign has never once spoken a negative comment about the opposing campaign. Never once. That takes integrity and discipline. And that's what I have, and that's what I will commit to the citizens of the Scottsville district, that they will have from the beginning of the day that I start to serve. In closing, I want to say that I'm very excited about the opportunities that we have in the Scottsville district. I ask you tonight for your vote on November 8th. God bless America, and God bless Albemarle County. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give these two candidates a round of applause.